We open on a dark, foggy night as a cruise ship is docked in the harbor. A mysterious time machine is loaded onto the deck of the ship. But as it is being lifted into the cargo hold, it bumps against the side of the ship, and something appears inside.
Hey yo, meddling kids! I'm Charlie,
And I'm Ethan.
and I think someone's trying to get into the machine. Ethan, who's that knocking? Who's
I think it's our Australian correspondent.
Oh, I see the flag and everything. He's
Yeah.
like waving it. He's out and proud. Hello.
There's a massive flag in my background. No, there's not. Hi, it's me. It's Sam. Surprise!
Hello, Sam. This is the first time we're finally getting you on this podcast. This is so wild to me that you haven't been on Mysteries in the Machine yet, because I've had you on
Yeah.
every single one of my other podcasts.
It's one of those ones as well where you have done already so many episodes. I was just kind of going back through and I was like, wow, you've really done so much content. And not a reflection at all on but it was just one of those ones I was like, we just haven't got around to it. And I'm like, now excited to do it. It's just very, very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I've also been trying to be like, okay, no, there are some, and this is the closest we could get to an early Australian episode. They're on a cruise. They're in the South Seas. This is the best we got.
It's
so
a lovely
disappointed.
adventure where, we're going on a very lovely adventure around the seas and not seeing any of the sights.
None of them.
Nope.
We're just seeing monsters and having a
What
fun
is your
time
Sam's
there.
most recent guest appearance on Of the Eldest Gods?
I was about to say, what is this? The Sea of Monsters?
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
I know. A creepy cruise. Hey.
Ayo.
Sam, do you want to tell the people what you do on the internet if they don't already know your voice?
Yeah, I am the host and brains, and unfortunately also brawn behind the podcast Content and Capable, which is a bit of an interview style kind of podcast where I talk to a whole bunch of people about what inspires them and what keeps them going, and yeah, all sorts of really interesting chats. I've had Ethan on the podcast. I've had Charlie on a couple of times. So it's always great to chat there. Also on the internet, but also in real life too. I work as a journalist as well. So I'm out here doing all the interviews of all things. As of recording, only about like a week ago, I just had a story about rare kangaroos that came out, which was very exciting. But yes, all sorts of little fun stories as a journalist in regional.
Well, and today we're not in Australia. Again, very sad. We don't even get any mermaids. I don't know what's going on with this. Like,
yeah,
we get weird bug guy. I wasn't. I always forget about this episode. I'm not gonna lie. It's a weird one.
Yeah, I do enjoy the monster design though.
We always get some fun monster designs in this show. So, Sam, something else I always like to ask and such. So, have you ever seen the Scooby-Doo show? Like, what's your earliest memories of Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, I'm struggling to place it on the timeline, like chronologically, but I do remember watching, probably not this old of the versions of the Scooby-Doo shows, but we had they called it WB Kids, I think. Warner Brothers somehow had like a chokehold on the only free-to-air television station that we still had access to for a little while there, as they changed some of the broadcast technology. We needed to get like our antenna fixed. So for a little while there, we watched like WB Kids for a really long time. And then I think we were kind of brand loyal. So we definitely watched like some Scooby-Doo episodes there. But I do think that they were always on either like later in the morning or earlier in the morning than we tuned in on like our Saturday morning cartoons run. And so it wasn't always consistent. But the other incredibly vivid memory is the Scooby-Doo movies, especially the live action ones that I filmed on Morton Island, just, you know, off the coast of where I lived as a kid. And those are kind of ingrained in my memories. I did also mention off air, for those massive Scooby-Doo fans, you may have heard about the Scooby-Doo coaster at Warner Brothers Movie World in the Gold Coast in Australia, and I have definitely ridden that a couple of times. I think once or twice when I was 6, and then a few times pretty much a decade later, I think, and that time they'd refreshed it, and they've just refreshed it again because I had all this content come up on my social media feed a couple of weeks ago. They're like, it's the 3rd iteration of the coaster. It's been closed for months, so I think that everyone's very excited for it.
Love that. Cool. We really gotta figure out a way to get out there at some point because I would love to ride a Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, and to our knowledge, it's the only one that's still operational in the world.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but it's I'm not the most familiar, I'm not the biggest nerd, but definitely was an important part of like my cartoon consumption as a child. So it was nice to kind of go back to some of the closest to the original source material.
Yeah. I always like to be like, do you know the theme song or anything? Because sometimes that's always the best way to know if you've ever seen some of the older ones. Is like, do you recognize this catchy tune?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Someday we're gonna rank all those theme songs, and I think Scooby-Doo show is a pretty good.
I still don't know how far along we want to get before we do that because we've only covered 3 shows so far.
It really depends on what you want to be spoiled. You're the one who hasn't seen as much of the media as I have.
The theme songs don't give away any plot relevance.
One of them does.
One of them does. Okay.
And then
once we're past that,
Ghosts.
then we can do that. Then we can do that.
Yeah. All right. That's fair enough. All right. Well, let's get into this one. Interesting intro here. We got super long intro of our time machine being loaded onto this cruise ship. I almost want to say that this might be our first shenanigan of the episode.
The existence of a time machine?
Oh, no, I was going to say the fact that they literally bang it as they're trying to get it up there.
I was like...
And don't destroy it.
Yeah, I've seen cranes stopped for far less, and I know this is set. I'm assuming it's set at the time that it was created, so safety.
Yeah, it's set in the late 70s.
Isn't the biggest priority here, but
yeah,
surely you go, oh, it's windy and this, very very finicky contraption. Let's try to load this on this cruise ship at an earlier or a later time, or I don't know, hold it further away from the edge of the bow.
Right?
It's just like so many things I would think of going, ooh, this professor's like demonstrating something like really kind of scary. Let's keep it away from the boat so we don't break it or something.
Yeah. So Sam, we do count shenanigans, and as we define them, there are things that are just too cartoonish to appear in real life.
The whole premise of Scooby-Doo, too cartoonish to happen in real life.
True. Well, absolutely true. But we go on a case by case basis. But I'm saying this time machine and whoever's operating this crane just like not being courteous enough and just banging it against the fucking ship. Mm-hmm. What the hell? And then the monster appearing like, ooh, what's going on? But the gang is super happy to get out. They won a contest. Shaggy and Scooby won a contest. So that's why they get to go on a cruise. Of course. How else would they be able to afford it? They're poor teenagers
I
who
do
don't make
love
money.
I do love how whatever cruise line is running this. This is what I would almost count as another shenanigan. It's like we're going to do a demonstration for a time machine at the same time as the winners of the contest are going on a luxury cruise. Like those are two very different cruises that I would be ready very separately. But they're like,
Yeah.
efficiency. Let's combine it.
It's happenstance, pure happenstance. Like somebody won a thing for this vacation stay, and also there's like a convention happening at the same time. I don't know. That's kind of what it feels like to me.
Yeah. I do find it hilarious. It's like, Shaggy and Scooby entered this newspaper competition, and of course they won, but all 5 of them must go. It's like, how did you negotiate that? Like, usually it's like a ticket for 2 or something.
Right.
Oh, I mean, I could count it as a shenanigan, but I feel like it's one of those like, oh yeah, of course they got to take 4 of their closest friends and a pet on this thing. It's pure happenstance.
And what, you didn't have to dress up the pet like a human? Like, what?
Well, it's the 70s. They didn't care as much, I guess, about these things.
Yeah, it's not till 2002 that we get Scooby-Doo dressing up as a person to get on a plane.
Oh my god, are we blaming 9/11 for Grandma
Yes,
Scooby-Doo?
we are.
I would have assumed that was
God.
filmed pre-9/11, but maybe.
It probably was.
Yeah. Maybe they had to hold off on it because
maybe.
Oh god.
Gosh, that'll be a fun fact for later.
Yeah, whenever we cover that movie in 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, easy.
I can't wait. Scoob and Shag are doing the most in the back of the van today.
They're pre-gaming vacation by having a heat lamp and some beach chairs. Good question.
Where is it plugged in?
In the you know what? It's in the secret outlet. Like they've plugged in. They've managed to wire it up. Yeah.
Just like the secret stash of food that they have hidden underneath the van. Yep. Because
I do love how the back of the van is somehow big enough for the 2 of them to set up like lounge chairs, but also like small enough that like Fred, Daphne, and Velma have to sit in the front seat.
Well, no, the front seat is big enough for the 3 of them. I think that's the answer, is that this van is just, we've talked about it. There is
what
did you say, Ethan? It's in one of our trailers. It's just it's Hammer Space. It's just a pocket dimension. They fit a whole ass ladder, a non-compacting ladder, in this van at one point.
Someone called Mary Poppins. They've stolen her bag.
They repainted it, It's now a van. Don't worry about it. I love it. I would count this heat lamp as a shenanigan.
It absolutely is.
Especially because then, like, Fred runs over the bump and it's like, well, pandemonium. What did you expect in a moving vehicle?
Yeah, and I don't know what they were drinking, but it's all over them now.
They got sandwiched between their chairs and everything spilled. But hey, we're right coming up onto the cruise ship and they do a quick change. Shaggy's now in his normal attire. And Scooby is carrying every single bag possible because he's the butler or something. Yeah. I don't know what's happening today.
Also, the weather has deteriorated so hard, so quickly. It doesn't even look like an afternoon storm.
No, it looks like it's at night here.
Once again, it's the lighting of Scooby-Doo. They never do the lighting correctly in these old versions of it.
No, they don't.
And it's so bad.
But they raised the gangplank too early as everybody's getting on. And poor Scooby, he's hauled up by his chin.
Yeah.
Man has neck muscles for days. Dog has neck muscles for days.
That's
just impressive at that point.
And then he goes forward as it's like all the way up onto his ankles and then slides down. And his tail is still all the way at the top, and it hits him on the butt when it comes down. I think that's going to be a sequence of just one shenanigan.
That's all one shenanigan.
Ridiculous. There are still people coming onto this ship, and you raise the gangplank as they're walking?
My question is, if you've had people who've won like a competition, wouldn't you want to be like rolling out the red carpet and giving them yet again? This is the whole conference at the same time as the gang is in town. It's like, have you forgotten that you've got guests?
Well, actually, Sam, sometimes truth is stranger than fiction, because there was an episode not that long ago where Charlie and I were going to decide whether or not the existence of an Undertaker's conference is a shenanigan. It's not. It exists.
They exist.
They do.
And sadly, they scheduled it for right before Halloween. They did not on Halloween.
No.
Like this past year.
Yeah.
I think it was right near me too. It was
in Chicago.
Can I say that's good timing for a conference. That time of year, perfect time to go to a conference. I go to any conference scheduled in October.
Right? Amazing.
They probably took it really seriously too. No one made a Halloween joke or anything.
Yeah, because it ended like 2 days before Halloween. So there wasn't any opportunity for.
So rude. So the gang is trying to figure out where their room is, and they've gotten so lost. They've gone down all the way to the ship's hold. There's nobody working on this ship trying to help them out. These poor contest winners.
I would say, shouldn't there be staff like everywhere?
Shouldn't there be someone like, shouldn't this door be locked? Shouldn't any of this be secured?
Yeah,
by some means.
Well, yet again, OH&S in the 70s probably wasn't much of a thing. But on the other hand, I go, I don't know how far cruise ships have gotten in the last few decades, but surely there'd be some entertainment or thingy going on to welcome people, or like a reception desk or something that they would have to walk past before heading down into the hold.
Yeah. There should be something.
I've never been on a cruise, so I don't really know how it works, but I would think there'd be somebody.
But also, it's Fred leading them, and I don't trust him to navigate out of a paper bag, so...
That's what we always say on this podcast. He's always driving them into some place that gets them lost. He drives them into a ditch. This man cannot.
I think he's actually the true villain of the show.
All right.
It's my hot take, yeah.
My hot take has always been Fred is a himbo and has no idea what's happening.
This is also true. But I feel like he's got like an evil spirit in him that like is trying to sabotage.
Maybe it's unbeknownst to him. Maybe it's just like he's cursed to sabotage the gang at all points.
What do we think of the name of the cruise ship? The SS Tahitian Star.
Yeah. Are they going to Tahiti?
I don't think so.
It's an interesting name. I think kind of like I don't think you would see a cruise ship in a TV show named that anymore.
It's got a weird because of the name.
I think it's just like it's like you look at like the names of cruise ships nowadays, not to get into cruise ship naming, but it was a special interest of mine for like maybe 3 days.
Okay.
But like you see, they're all like very generic, very corporate, very protective. This is like Tahiti, and it's like we don't name things after places very often anymore.
That's also, what you mean. Okay.
Yeah. But also like cruise ships nowadays are also never registered in the country that they're leaving from, so it's all sorts of bits and pieces like that. But like Tahiti is quite far away from the US. If we assume that they're, the Mystery Machine, I don't think has left US mainland yet, so
not yet. I don't think
it is a choice. I think to name it after that. I'm trying to remember whether Tahiti was ever controlled by the US government, because there might be a weird colonialism thing that's going on there as well.
Oh, maybe. Tahiti was under the control of the French until 1842.
Okay, so they are well and truly independent, but the US are like, haha, Tahiti. There's also, there's some like really terrible colonial stuff that happened there, and their population was definitely used and abused by settlers. But I digress. It's a beautiful spot of the world. Like, it's a really, really lovely spot, and one of the few remaining Polynesian monarchies as well.
See, this is why I thought that Sam would be a great one for this episode, because he knows so much shit. He's so knowledgeable.
Yeah, it will look when you have to have a look at Australian colonialism, you kind of have to also think of like Polynesian colonialism, which is it's frustrating.
So the gang comes to this unlocked door, and what's behind it but the time machine and a creepy dude. Oh no. I want to count this as jumps into Shaggy's arms. All of the bags are still on his back while he is in Shaggy's arms.
Yep.
The fact that like Shaggy is as skinny as he is and yet can lift that much.
He's a god.
He's
a god, Sam. He's only using 1% of his power right now.
I'm consistently impressed. We had a family dog that was smaller than like Scooby was proportionally to us, and I struggled. My dad would struggle to pick her up, and like my dad was not like a particularly, and like we go to pick like she was a border collie. We were being silly trying to pick her up, but like it was one of those ones where it's like this dog is big, heavy, and unwieldy, and yet like Shaggy at least once an episode is like, let me hold Scooby.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not usually by choice that Shaggy holds Scooby. It's usually because, scary things. It's even funnier when Shaggy jumps into Scooby's arms, because it's like, that's a dog, sir.
Yeah, there are no thumbs.
No, he has no thumbs, which is why when he hang glides, he has to, like, use his elbows, and it's very awkward. We literally had that happen in an episode recently, and it was like, what are you doing? But hey, this man, it's just, he's a professor, he made this as a time machine, and this is before Back to the Future existed, so that's interesting. You can go to the past, you can go to the future.
I love how, yet again, and whenever like time travel comes into like TV shows and movies, there's always that jump to go, what kind of set of rules of time travel are you following? And we just get no information on it. We just like we don't go back or forward. We just have people coming back and forward. Well, people, i.e., none of this is real. It's all a fake. But like, I do love how like they very successfully avoid which kind of time travel they subscribe to.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, because it's Scooby-Doo, we know that it probably doesn't actually work, and that there's some sort of grift.
It's always a grift. There's always something going on here. And of course, Scooby goes right up to this machine. Oh no, there's a creepy creature in there. No one else can see it. Is that on our bingo card yet? That like Scooby sees a monster and no one else sees it?
I feel like it's standard for every episode.
I don't think so.
Sam, we've been adding to this bingo card forever, and I think what I need to do is I need to put it into a randomizer, because we have so many things now, and just make a bingo game for everybody.
I love this.
So that we can do it for every episode. So he gets scared. He falls into a bunch of other stuff that's in this cargo hold, and the professor, and he's like, look at it. But anything. He's imagining stuff.
Just at what point do you, as the rest of the gang, go, well, no, Scooby saw it, so it must be real, because every time we have ignored Scooby, it has been real.
Right? But no, we must ignore the dog, because clearly he never scores. And he's demonstrating this time machine tonight. He invites them to come along and see it. And there's a creepy man behind the door, smiling.
Men smiling band.
Menacingly.
Which is a cry.
Sam, this is my favorite crime. Menacing is a crime.
Maniacal laugh.
The thing is, Sam, menacing in the United States is a punishable offense.
I think that, it's always funny looking at all of the like punishable offenses like that, because it's always the strangest phrasing. I live in South Australia, and we have like weirdly formal and roundabout ways of saying so many things, where like other states will kind of go, yeah, they were like causing a public nuisance, and we'll be like, we'll use like 7 more words to describe the exact same crime. And it's just like, really?
Yeah, so menacing is defined as the crime of using threats or actions to put someone else in fear of imminent danger, injury, or death. So fits.
Yeah. We
Legit.
we don't have menacing, but we have menaces. It's like the idea is just being like a chaos gremlin.
I think that's called Sam. I think Sam is the chaos gremlin.
Yeah, look, don't call the police on me though, Charlie. I've told you.
Yes, call the Australian police internationally.
I did watch them
What
last
number is
night
that
pull
again?
someone over. Yeah.
All right, so they're at the demonstration, and this is a little bit insane because the gang is on stage with Professor Von Klein, which
yeah.
Why are they on stage? Is one of them going, does he expect one of them to go to the past or the future or something? Like what?
Part of me thinks like they've
anything.
rocked up and they rocked up early or something, whatever, and inertia has pushed them onto the stage. And so then they all just like happen to be on the stage.
You know?
Yeah, but
could be.
the creepy man is like, "Hi, I am funding the professor's."
Never ever trust the investor.
Nope.
And
he's Simon Grady.
Yeah.
He's like, if he doesn't get the money for this machine tonight, it'll be mine. That's like, okay, obvious villain.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a guy who's rich, wearing a suit and tie. He's the villain. We know this.
Well, yeah, eat the rich. Of course. Of course. Evil.
It's a pure anti-capitalist.
And then not only does he do that, he leaves the room. Red flag number 2.
Yep. There it is.
Can I say my gullible brain for sure thought there's some way it was actually the professor that was the monster for like so much of this episode, to the point where I was like rewinding just because I was like, I just need to double check what I'm seeing here. I was like, wait a second, the professor's in the same room. How are they going to explain this away? And it was almost a genuine surprise to me at the end that it was Simon Grady. Spoiler alert. Sorry.
You know, I buy it because they are the most sus characters in this entire episode. So like, we're gonna spoil it for everybody eventually, but like, this is not the greatest mystery we've ever had in this show.
No.
But it is a fun time, I think.
There's good,
least.
Yeah. There's good like chasing shenanigans.
Yeah. Oh, of course. So
the professor turns the machine on.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh no, things are going wrong. We're not going back to the past. We're going 5,000 years in the future. Oh god."
And then our monster comes out. Our like bug ass looking guy here. He's yellow, he's red, he's got giant fucking eyes. He looks like a rejected Muppet.
He does. To me. Gosh, that's why I thought it looked
rejected
familiar.
Muppet. Oh god. Oh no.
Well, yeah, they were like, no, we can't have any bugs here. I'm sorry. That's not what we do. So bye.
I mean, Charlie, if you think about it, there are bug Muppets.
But he's a giant bug.
That's
like,
true.
I don't think he fits the vibe of the Muppets, even though he looks like one.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Scooby faints when he sees this shit happen. All the investors are like running out, and then shenanigans. Scooby decides to bounce on his tiny little tail. The fuck? Are you Tigger?
Yes. Apparently.
Everybody's trying to hide. The professor is trying to fix the machine because it's still going haywire. And the monster is chasing Scooby in and around a pool table.
Mm-hmm.
Scooby shenanigans goes into one of the holes of the pool table. That is a giant Great Dane.
Yeah. Can I say iconic
It's the
cartoon
bones.
moment though that like so
Yeah.
often I think this is where like because I also wanted to mention that the music in this is also pretty excellent, and this is where I think you look at like the
Mhm.
Looney Tunes of it all, and you go, "Gosh, we get some good cartoon moments going on here."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the music in Scooby-Doo never goes bad, honestly. It just gets better and better. Simple Plan. I'm talking about you.
Yep.
So the monster gives up on Scooby because he's stuck in the pool table. It's like, oh no, Velma and Shaggy are hiding behind the couch. And Shaggy like tries to run out, and the monster goes after him. Then the monster goes after Daphne, and it's almost Door's gag. I'm sorry,
Almost.
Ethan. It's so close. It's his favorite thing. It's when we get the different doors. She just kind of runs in a circle, and then the professor pulls the monster back into the time machine. I didn't know you could do that. Doesn't really work because it stops, and then Bug Guy grabs and goes
Just
through the
walks
fucking
away.
wall, like through
Yep.
a closed
Just
door, like the Kool-Aid
just
Man.
breaks an entire door.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what are we gonna do, guys? We gotta figure out where the professor is. We gotta figure out what that monster is. What's going on here at this cruise?
It does escalate quite quickly. Imagine being your first night on the ship and you're like, "Ooh, and now crime."
I mean, it's a walk in the park for the mystery gang because
Yeah.
they're always doing this.
If I'd been driving
Yeah.
all day to catch a cruise that I'd won from a newspaper competition, I'd be spending that whole afternoon and evening just.
Same.
So the gang splits apart. Shaggy does make a together. No.
Will we ever learn
they
our
go
lesson?
through-
Never.
No, we won't.
They go through the door that the monster broke through. So
Mhm.
that's, it means they have a better chance of finding him. And immediately, one of my favorite things happens. Scooby, he's checking all the doors. It's like, open one, nothing there. Open another, nothing there. Open a third one. He doesn't see anything, but the monster is there.
Yeah.
And then he walks past it. He's like, oh, nothing there. It's like, wait a second. I saw something. Fuck.
For anyone who's like wonders what like an audio processing delay is like, that is what it is. You're having what seems like a normal conversation. You're kind of anticipating it all. Then someone says something that's supposed to be important, and you have gotten like just a touch too long before you realize that something has been said, and you need to have responded to that. You go, oh, wait a second.
This is me.
It's like a classic. Yeah.
My
Whenever
life
I
is
have
a
to try to
shenanigan.
describe it, like my audio processing issues, it's that.
Describe to my life in a nutshell, Sam. My life is
Great, easy. Tick off every time. There's an automatic shenanigan now for the start of the episode for Charlie's existence.
Correct. But Shaggy sees the monster running after Scooby, and he's like, "I'm getting out of here." So they run off. And there's a costume party going on.
Yeah. It's funny. We're recording this right after the holidays, and there's like a Santa in the background there, and I'm just like, wait, was this secretly a Christmas episode all along? No, because there's like a random strongman and like princesses and a jester. Like, what, huh? This is just a costume party, I guess.
Yep.
Okay. So let's put on some costumes, as one does in a Scooby-Doo episode.
For those following along with the bingo card, this is where you check off disguises are used.
Yep. Or Shaggy or Scooby is in drag, because
Shaggy is in drag.
Shaggy is Bo Peep, and Scooby is his sheep. Or are they Mary and the Lamb?
I have Little Bo Peep, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably. And of course, the monster crashes the party, even though he would fit right in,
He would.
And then Scooby has pulled the most interesting thing ever, because they're trying to run away, and his tail gets caught in a plant.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
what it looks like.
Slingshots out of his sheep costume and into a drum set.
Yet again, just
Property
like
damage.
iconic moments. Cartoon like shenanigan, or even if it's not an official shenanigan.
Yeah. No, that's an official shenanigan. Absolutely.
It is.
Shag and Scoob, then Shaggy runs out of his costume as well, and him and Scoob hide underneath the table. The monster tries to lift it up, and they run out from under the table. And it's like, oh, maybe we'll have a quick snack. There's turkey here. Nope, we're running away from the turkey. Shaggy uses
He uses Bo Peep's shepherd's staff to yank Scooby by the neck to keep him in line and come with him.
The most classic of cartoon gags ever. We love it. No food today, guys.
Nope.
And now we go back to the Smart Gang for some plots, where they're in the communications room, and they're like, we could look at the cameras to see where the professor is. Oh, the cameras aren't working. That's weird. There's also no one in here checking the cameras, so like...
But also, are cameras a thing in the 70s? I thought like closed circuit television, maybe computer backed up closed circuit television is what I'm thinking of. Is a product of the 90s, because that's when the Gardner Museum heist happens in Boston. It happens in the 90s.
Yeah, so CCTV became available to the public in the 60s. Looks like.
Okay, must have been all on tape. That'd be fun, trying to rewind VCRs.
Oh, so much
all
fun.
they had.
I literally, that was my my birthday present last year, is I got a VCR DVD player, because I'm like, you know what? We still have video cassettes, and I want to be able to play them. I have a couple Scooby-Doo ones.
Ooh, nice.
I love to be able to watch them on the old tape.
I have 3 VCRs sitting in my cupboard. Actually, they're my mother's, and I need to go and get them converted for her. I meant to do it like years ago. And every now and then I'm remembered that I should go and grab them out. They sit with all the newspapers I worked on, though.
So, Scoob and Shag run into the salon with the monster case.
And it's time for a dance.
I mean, it's also time for more disguises.
Yes.
Shaggy is a ship's captain, and Scooby is a native? ?
Ooh.
I guess. I don't like it.
Yeah, he's wearing like, you know, a shark necklace and a little skirt, and they put a grass skirt on the monster, and this looks like one of those exercise machines.
Yeah.
That people used to, and they're like
teaching. It appears to be.
They're trying to teach him to hula dance,
I guess.
Now, I'm calling shenanigans for like how fast they make it go, and it like fucking breaks.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Admittedly, some of those things may not have just been designed.
True. He did break through a wall, so it's possible. But it's just like, what the heck are we doing here, guys? What?
Yeah. And he's like, all right. They try to get away, and he's like, I've had enough of your shit. And he grabs them both.
Yoink. He just yoinked them both under his arms. Like, this is a big dude. He's got those bug muscles, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And Shaggy and Scooby prove the effectiveness of their ankle muscles as they hook their feet around poles and pull themselves.
And they do the slingshot thing into one of those, like, tubes that's on a boat.
It's a pipe of some kind.
Yeah. So the monster decides to pull it up. And, he doesn't find them. They're not there. But they were still in the tube. Like he pulled it all the way off. I think this is
It's a great classic cartoon
separate
moment.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, I think this is two, because it's the whole disappear act, and then the whole, we're actually not where you expected us to be, and look at Scooby's toes walk down the deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yet again, feet of steel.
Correct.
So our smart gang is still doing some snooping around, and they come to a locked door. The first locked door in this entire ship.
Yeah, so far the whole entire cruise ship has been open for investigation.
Which is crazy. And they're like, okay, here's what we're going to do. Daphne, you're going to go through the vent to the other side of the door and open it for us.
The breaking and entering of these children is always so wild to me. It's hilarious that they're like, oh, somebody wants to hide something because it's a locked door. And I'm like, or it could just be something that's dangerous for children to be touching. That could also be it.
Yeah.
Because real people are not allowed free range on a cruise ship.
Not completely, right? Like, there's certain areas you can go to, but
yeah, you can go to like most places, but you can't go
areas.
To the fucking engine room or like, you know.
You also need places for like people to gossip and stuff, right? Places where doors can be locked or closed and go, nope, do not come in here. That's we have designated areas in our office. I'm like, if I really need to drop some gossip, we're going into a soundproof booth.
Like if the freaking free lounge was closed during business hours, I'd be like, that is sus, okay? There's something going on in there.
Yeah.
But this is the bowels of the ship. Like, what's going on?
This is not where people normally go.
So Daphne got her butt stuck in some inner tubes. I think this is a little bit shenaniganery because of how we get her out of there. Like, it's a little bit silly.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
How did she get the door open? Did she bum scooch
you
across
could probably
the room?
You could probably reach a doorknob sitting down.
You should be able to.
It's just silly.
Like, most doors are designed that you should be able to reach them from the floor in case of and if they aren't, not very disability friendly, are we?
No,
not really.
And what do they find on the floor of this room but some metal discs on the floor?
Someone get out the DJ plates and start mixing it.
There's a laser in a corner of the room.
Yeah, there's something going on. So they hear something. It's the tube with Shag and Scoob.
Yep.
And they literally run into each other. They like attack this tube. It's like, hey, everything's good. We're all together now. Let's figure out what their professor is because we still haven't found him.
Yeah, yet again, backing up the claim of we should stick together.
And then there's a manhole in this ship. I didn't know they had those this far down. Oh no, the monster's in it.
I guess. He chases them into the rope locker for the ship where they hide in giant coils of rope.
The rope locker, as one has in a ship.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can see that for a sailboat.
No,
but not like a cruise ship.
I think back probably in the 70s, they probably were still relying on rope. Like, you still have lots of rope lying around on cruise ships.
Just so much rope in one room. It's funny to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess they can.
Yeah, I admittedly it's not the same as a cruise ship, but like when I catch the ferries, they've got rope everywhere. Like they don't use chains or anything.
It's for when they're securing them to the dock.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're for. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Scooby gets stuck and Shaggy spins him around to get him out.
Always a fun little one. And okay, so where are we gonna go next? Oh look, it's the crew's quarters. Another place we shouldn't be just going into that's unlocked.
It's the room for the gossip.
Exactly.
There's a bunch of unlocked lockers in here as well.
Yeah, and one of the hammocks starts moving, which scares Shaggy and Scooby, of course.
They dive into some lockers.
And the professor has been tied up inside this hammock.
That'd be really scary, to be honest. Getting stuck in a hammock is not comfortable, and then not being able to move your arms, even worse.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've been stuck in a hammock before. It's not fun.
No.
I want to know how the monster got him in there.
Well.
It's a good question.
Like, that seems like not easy to purposely put yourself in.
Right, and the monster costume doesn't have opposable thumbs. So, how do you tie it up?
I count the locker situation and that trap itself like its existence to be a shenanigan. So we got the professor, everything's good, and we go back to our time machine. The investors are here to give him money. They're like, we saw it worked. We don't care that there's a monster and it scared all of us and it's running havoc, but here's money. Shaggy and as do I, honestly.
Yeah.
I could scran a hamburger right now.
Enjoy a good ham.
So now we have to use the machine once again to like magnetize the monster and pull it back to the future.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, da, da, da. Brooklyn Nine-Nine theme. I don't know why.
I thought that was the John Cena theme music.
Oh, maybe
dun,
it is.
Da, da, da. Dun, da, da, da. And it literally does magnetize him. I want to know what is going on here. How this works.
Yeah, this is some sci-fi shenaniganery.
Yeah. If you haven't counted it, I would count that as shenanigans.
I'm counting it.
He disappears inside the machine.
With the briefcase full of money.
Oh no! And the machine is now wrecked beyond repair, so we can't get the money back. But the monster's gone. And this is when Velma's like, I think I got it. I think I understand this mystery now. Okay, cool.
The mystery is nepotism.
The mystery is stealing money.
Yep.
I do love how until they I've seen the crime happen to them. They there's not much mystery solving going on. It's literally just like waiting for the crime to happen in front of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is always fun. Velma says that one of her uncles runs an electronics shop and she can figure out how to fix this when she gives him a call. One of Velma's uncles. You know what? I don't think she's lying here. You know what? We could say that this is a deception check, but I think Velma just has a million uncles canonically.
Sure.
And I would buy that one of them does electronic stuff.
Sure, yeah.
Is this in the same way that I have a million siblings? So then, my nieces and nephews will have a million uncles?
Yes.
I would say so.
This is correct. So what we're saying here is that you're Velma's father?
Great. I have so many
Velma
questions.
O'Brien.
But, yeah.
I don't know.
I'm very concerned. But you know what? Let's just fuck it, re-roll.
Don't worry about it.
Yep.
So she gets the machine working again. And, oh look, there's the monster. And he's got the briefcase. But Freddy can't grab it. The monster's running away. What are we gonna do? We gotta get the money, guys. And the professor and his okay. Simon, is he also his investor? I'm actually
he's
so
the
confused.
main investor, I think.
He's like, they're both like, what? That's impossible. There's no way you could have gotten that working. It's really weird.
Velma's just really good at her job.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we're gonna go catch this guy. We're gonna get the money, okay? And them and the kids. But the two of them actually go looking for the briefcase of money because they hid it in this one little spot in the ship. What? No way. They're bad guys?
No.
How dare.
And the monster and the gang show up right behind them and say, haha, it was I, Shaggy Rogers, all along, with an empty briefcase. Mm-hmm. We fooled you. Where'd they get the costume?
Grady was the spoilers for the end of the episode. Grady was the monster. He wasn't wearing the costume. They must have found his room.
No, they don't really explain where they got the costume for this bit, but they must have found it.
I mean, they feel very comfortable breaking and entering into staff quarters on this ship. So other passengers, not a problem.
No, not at all. So Simon and the professor are running away with their briefcase like, no, we got the money. Let's get out of here. And Scooby just pops out of a door and changes the sign that says janitor's closet to lifeboats.
I love a bait and switch like this because I am never reading signs when I'm running. I have picked my direction and I am so far ahead that like a change in sign would not change where I'm running.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wonderful. And so Shaggy's like, hey guys, they'll be right in here. Come on. And they ran right into the mops. We caught the bad guys. Not the most elaborate of traps, but we got them. We got the money.
Indeed.
Glad to see Scooby the one to orchestrate it all.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry.
Good job, Scoob. So for the most part, it was Simon in the costume. But there was also a little bit of some holographic images of just the monster as well.
Some movie magic, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
What I am disappointed with in this episode is we don't get the very typical Velma pull the head off kind of thing, or the mask off, which I think maybe becomes more of a thing in like future shows. But like, I was kind of disappointed almost.
Yeah, because we had so much bait and switch in this episode, and they like, you know what? This is just one of those that did a little bit different with the formula. And as Ethan and I have been going through the Scooby-Doo show, this kind of is the show that solidifies most of the Scooby-Doo formula.
Yep.
Like, this is where we get some more clues. This is where we get more of the meddling kids and more of like certain gags in the show.
Yeah. This is, I think, where What's New Scooby-Doo got a lot of inspiration.
Yeah. This is also a lot of the monsters that come from the live action movies come from this show, actually. So it's actually more iconic than like a lot of the Where Are You stuff.
Yeah.
Truly. And our last shenanigan for the episode is, as usual, Scooby stealing Shaggy's food. But this time he's dressed as futuristic.
I love it. That is the best way to finish off an episode. And you, as you said just before, you can kind of see that formula starting.
Yeah, always a good. So that is our episode. But Ethan, what time is it now?
It's terror time again.
Let's do some trivia. There are apparently only 2 noteworthy guest members, as they both turn out to be bad guys. This, at least, is true for the professor. Grady is a given. Who worded this? Who worded this trivia?
I don't know.
That's written.
That's atrocious.
That's a translation from another language because the
it's
operatives.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
There's 2 semicolons in this sentence,
which is the only something I would do.
Was this written by AI?
It might have been.
No, because it's so poorly written. I doubt it.
But there's also no M dashes, and it's not this, it's that. This is one of the known episodes to not be released on DVD.
Oh,
ooh, okay. Professor Von Klepp claims that the machine goes 5,007 years into the future before the futuristic monster appears. If this episode was set in the year it aired, which is 1977, that monster allegedly comes from 6984.
69.
Nice.
This episode seems to have coined the term Back to the Future years before Robert Zemeckis' franchise. I love that. That's awesome.
I do love that they like the pervasive nature of this TV show where it has inspired so much.
Yeah, Charlie and I like to joke that a lot of other media has stolen from Scooby-Doo.
Yes. I'm always making this joke. I love it. If we hadn't gotten Sam on for this episode, I would have said Robert just because of the Back to the Future.
Of course.
Robert is so obsessed with
it's such a good movie.
As they have every right to be. It's a great series of movies. Same.
Alright, Ethan. Where did we land on our shenanigan count for Creepy Cruise?
With a grand total of 24 shenanigans. This is probably on the lower end of all the episodes that we've covered so far.
That's not bad. I think that's I feel like our average is like maybe 30.
I'd say
Maybe a little bit less than
28 to
30.
30. 28
28
to
to 30.
30.
Yeah. Our highest one for this series was 47.
That's a lot of shenanigans to squeeze into one episode.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they were able to do that, but they
Yeah.
did.
It was insane, truly. Now, my friends, what do you think you would rate this episode out of 5 Scooby Snacks? Did we like it?
It was fine. I think it's probably going to be kind of forgettable, though, so I'd probably put it at like a 2.5.
Yeah, look, having watched it in isolation, I think I'm going to give it slightly stronger, but I kind of agree with the sentiment. It's a little bit of a forgettable episode. I feel like there could have been more done with it. Not like major changes, but just like slight change watch. So I'm going to give it a.
I feel like it's could have been more clues. There could have been more going on in this episode, and there really wasn't. The only two people that we had named in this episode besides the gang happened to be the bad guys. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, we did do some different things with the formula, but we really didn't do a whole lot with the
Yeah. So we're all agreeing on 2?
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Yeah, you're okay. Okay, I'm fine with that. All right. And whose side are we on?
Okay, well, I'm not really on the side of these people who are stealing money with a fake invention here today.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's going on? Like,
I'm kind of here for it though. I want more of these crimes.
you
Like
like the
these are fun
hustle?
crimes.
You know what? If Simon didn't give me the ick, maybe,
Yeah.
but my problem is that Simon just gives me the ick of like he looks like a rich guy who's just trying to get richer.
I'm kind of
Correct.
proud of them for scaring a whole bunch of rich people into spending their money.
You know, I can't deny that, but it's not a poor person stealing rich people's money, though.
No, this is true.
Yeah.
Like, we've agreed with the villains in these episodes a few times, but it's very rare that we do.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to happen more later on, but right now
Probably.
it's not a plus, and I think I'm going to be on the side of Shag and Scoob, who really just want to have a vacation.
Yeah.
And they really just want to break from all these mysteries here.
Yeah.
They won a contest, and they really didn't get to enjoy their vacation.
At least not at first. I mean, the cruise was 3 weeks long, and this was over the course of, what, 1, maybe 2 days?
Who's to say that somehow the next 3 weeks don't go poorly as well, because of how their lives always go?
I just feel sorry for them. Like, every time they try to go on a holiday, they end up working. Like, at least I put, like, you know...
Yeah.
I've been in situations like that. I've been on holidays where I'm supposed to be on holidays, and I end up accidentally working. So, yeah frustrating.
Yeah, I was going to say, this feels like your life, Sam.
Yeah, look,
always
I'm
on the
getting
hustle.
better. I'm getting better. I got given a work phone the other week. So my work email is off my personal phone, which has been great for my mental health, especially this Christmas.
Yeah.
Such fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sam, thank you for coming on the pod, finally.
Thanks for having me. Finally, no, thanks for having me. It's been great to get on.
Finally,
I will say, Scooby Doo was very hard to get a hold of here in Australia. I had to.
I'm not surprised.
God, I can imagine.
It wasn't even available to buy off Amazon. I bought it off Apple this time. So,
okay.
Sam, you didn't have to buy anything. I could have found it for you.
It was like $1 or $2.
Yeah, Charlie's done that with other international guests before.
But yeah, I was surprised at how hard it was to find, seeing it's like a staple of kids' TV shows, and there's like lots of like old TV shows that if a commercial TV station doesn't have it like in their homegrown streaming service, it's like on like a state run, or it's on YouTube. But it's like the movie Hoodwinked. You can't find the movie Hoodwinked in Australia. There's a couple of other things. It's very, very sad.
Of all the things to
Um,
not be able to find in Australia.
You can find Hoodwinked 2. Hoodwinked cannot find.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane.
So you watch
I want to know
a
this.
ripped
I want to
version
know
off
the
YouTube,
lore.
which is about the same quality as the movie itself. So
I was gonna say it probably
That's
doesn't make a
wild.
lot of difference.
I mean, we've been having some like interesting stuff going scenario. I don't know, Sam, if you know anything about this, but like Max had Scooby Doo. They were uploading all of that onto there, and then slowly it came off. Slowly, all of
Ooh.
Scooby Doo disappeared, and now I think Max is dying. Netflix bought Warner Brothers.
None of that has been confirmed yet, because that's a really interesting thing with this, right?
Yeah,
is that
the
it could end
bid's
up on
been
Netflix.
submitted as far as I know, but it's not official yet.
Yeah.
Right, Sam?
And I was gonna be positive about that, but now that they've decided to not work with DreamWorks anymore, they're taking off Netflix originals like She-Ra, and I am fucking upset.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see
DreamWorks
where
stuff coming
Disney
off
plays in this, because I remember when Disney Plus first launched, they had a lot of the archive stuff, the made-for-TV movies and bits and pieces that you can only find there. I know Disney's also been guilty of like removing things, but then I don't know what's on your Disney Pluses at the moment, or Hulu's, or wherever it is, but we have all the DreamWorks movies, the OG DreamWorks movies, added to our Disney Plus. So I have Shrek on Disney Plus at the moment.
That's insane.
That doesn't make a lick of sense.
Feels absolutely
It feels
wrong.
illegal.
Sam, you
Maybe
need
it was
to
a
take a picture of
distribution
this.
thing.
I will take a screenshot and I'll send it to you, Charlie. It feels illegal based on the history of those two companies, but it's also one of those ones where I sit there and I go, is Disney Plus the good guys in all of this? Which is really sad.
No. They're
I
not.
refuse.
They never were.
I'm still tentative on if Netflix is the good guys, because they are saving Sesame Street. I think.
Yeah.
So
that's important. But at the same
that is
time,
very important.
They're getting rid of some of the most important queer representation in cartoons.
Yeah, She-Ra and Kipo, which are both
I haven't seen Kipo,
big,
so
Kipo
I don't
also
know,
has some. Kipo's also got very good queer rep in it as well. So, and the voice actress who does Glimmer is also plays Kipo. So
okay.
So, and the main character Kipo is mixed. So we have so much representation in both of these things.
Yeah.
It's such important stuff that is being deleted off the face of the earth. Because nothing is released on DVD anymore. What the hell?
We need more DVD. Okay, I don't think it's just all of DreamWorks. I think it is literally just maybe the Shrek movies.
That is so wild.
That's still dumb.
You guys don't get Hulu or anything there, so I don't think it's because of Hulu.
I don't think Hulu exists.
No, so they've launched the brand Hulu under the Disney Plus streaming banner. So it still sits there, and they've remarked everything that is Hulu in the US as Hulu here, because it used to be Star, which I think was like an Indian brand that they used to kind of.
It'll be such a fun episode. It's just us talking about streaming shit. Okay. Sam, why don't you tell the people where they can find you on the internet?
You can find me everywhere on the internet. You can follow the podcast, Content and Capable. You can also check us out on social media, Content, the letter N, Capable on Instagram, and we're also on Facebook and Threads. You can follow me personally if you're curious to see what crazy stories I'm up to at sam.the.journalist, and that's on Instagram and on TikTok. Just check me out there. You also hear me on a bunch of podcasts, a bunch of Charlie's podcasts, a bunch of other bits and pieces. So it's a really great time.
And Sam, I've just sent you an invitation to we do a lot of fan art and memes and talking about the episodes and such over there. So you'll now be able to find Sam over there.
Hooray.
More friends.
I will be here. And
Sam's always keen.
Sam, always one of my favorite people to have on a podcast. You bring such wild energy.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for crazy things. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks so much for coming. And now we have to go split up and look for clues. for our next mystery. Bye-bye.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Mysteries in the Machine would like to thank its $10 and up patrons, especially Polish Lavender and Davy B. Thank you for being so generous and helping us keep this podcast going.
You can follow this podcast's socials at Mysteries in the Machine Pod on Instagram. You can send a message to our email, mysteriesinthemachinepod@gmail.com. Be sure to give us a rating, a review, or let your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms. I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws.
You can find me, Ethan, on Instagram and Threads at ethan.t.hewlin. Our music was written and produced by Jason Hilton. You can find him at Negative Selections on Instagram.